Hey, in this video, I'm going to talk about 안녕하세요 and variations thereof. So for example, if you don't know the difference between 안녕하세요 and 안녕하셨죠, stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my channel, Learning the Natural Way. Today I'm going to talk about something that you will all probably be familiar with already, and that is Korean greeting 안녕하세요. So 안녕하세요, no doubt every one of you will know that it is the go-to greeting. If you ask any Korean to teach you how to say hello or how to greet somebody in a polite way, 9 times out of 10 I'm pretty sure they will teach you 안녕하세요. The problem is just knowing 안녕하세요 alone is not going to help you to understand the alternative expressions. When I say alternative, I mean just slight modifications of 안녕하세요. I don't mean 안녕하세요 replaced by something completely different. You will still hear the word 안녕 in it, but the ending is different. Okay? And that changes the dynamics and gives a very different feel to your listener. And that's what this video is all about. So let me just give you the 4 expressions that I can think of and go through each one in turn. And hopefully that will be enough for you today. So the first one is 안녕하십니까. What is 안녕하십니까? Well, any Korean question with ga in it or ga ending is very formal. It's super formal. I think the last time I heard 안녕하십니까 was in President Moon's speech. I live in Melbourne, Australia, so yes, it's rare for me to speak Korean with other Koreans other than my family members. But the point is, you will rarely hear it from people. So in your daily encounters, you won't say it and you won't hear it. Let's move on to the next one. 안녕하셨어요. Because it's 하셨어요, it's past tense. So you might translate it as were you well? Not quite. 안녕하셨어요 is a shorter way of asking 그동안 안녕하셨어요. Now, don't ask me what 그동안 translates to English because there is no perfect equivalent. But 그동안 is like, I think the closest English translation, the closest ones that I can think of is whilst or during. So in other words, if somebody says 안녕하셨어요, which really means 그동안 안녕하셨어요, they're asking whilst you and I haven't been in touch, but since the last time we met or spoke, have you been well? So next up is 안녕하시죠. What do you think? Do you think there's any difference between 안녕하시죠 and 안녕하세요? To a native Korean speaker, they will not only sound different, but they will actually feel different. So how are they different? 안녕하세요, as you all know, it's simply asking if the other person is well. But 안녕하시죠 is a little different because it has that 하시죠 ending. It has the tone of saying, I think you're well. Are you not? So you're more likely to hear 안녕하시죠 between people who know each other, who are acquainted, rather than between total strangers. I'll give you a few more examples. 맛있죠 and 피곤하시죠. 맛있죠 is another way of saying 맛있어요 or 맛있으세요. Okay, that's another polite way of asking if the food is good or if they like the food. And 맛있죠, because it's got 죠 ending, it will sound to a native Korean ear like, I think the food's good. Is it not? Do you not agree? 피곤하시죠 is the same. It means, are you tired? But with a hint of, I think you're tired, are you not? And finally, 안녕하셨죠. So as with 안녕하시죠, 안녕하셨죠 would imply to the other person that you think he or she has been well. You know, as a native Korean speaker, figuring out the subtle differences between 안녕하세요 and 안녕하시죠 were never part of my formal education. Well, understandably, because I moved to Australia when I was very young. But I just don't recall ever talking about these things with a fellow Korean or being taught by even by my parents. And yet somehow I know these things. And so my guess is I learned them through a lot of listening and a lot of reading. But the point is, if these things can be acquired naturally, so without being taught, I think anyone can learn these, and that means you too can learn it the same way. So my tip is to focus on things like intonation, pitch, stress syllables, whenever you hear Koreans talk. And so basically just focusing on what it sounds like, okay? And I think doing it that way could really open your eyes to see, just to appreciate how Koreans feel their mother tongue. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.